You ever feel like your immune system is running on Windows 95? Laggy? Confused? Randomly attacking your own joints like it's drunk on discount tequila? Yeah, turns out it might just be missing a software update. And no, I'm not talking about the latest overpriced green powder with a name like alkalinity moon dust. I'm talking about vitamin D. Yes, that thing your body makes when you touch the mythical outdoors. But here's what they don't want you to know. A 5-year Harvard-led clinical trial involving 25,000 people showed that just 2,000 IUs of vitamin D per day cut autoimmune diseases by up to 39%. Let me repeat that. 39%. That's like erasing nearly 4 out of every 10 future autoimmune diagnoses with a nutrient Big Pharma can't patent. And yet, most doctors still act like vitamin D is only for brittle bones and sad milk commercials from 1997. Quick question, did your doctor ever mention vitamin D for your immune system? Drop a brain or a nope in the comments. We're collecting data on outdated med school curriculums. Because in this video, we're going full truth serum mode. You'll learn how vitamin D rewires your immune system like a boss, why some people need more than others, and how your belly fat might be sabotaging your upgrade. And the one mineral that makes or breaks this whole system. Spoiler, it's not calcium. And yes, we're calling out the dairy aisle next episode. So if you're tired of feeling like your body's glitching out, and you're done letting your immune system freestyle like it's got no adult supervision, then yeah, smash that like button like it owes you remission. Subscribe like your mitochondria depend on it, and stay to the end, because once you see what this one vitamin can actually do, you'll never look at your supplements or your symptoms the same way again. So here's what went down. Harvard, yes, actual Harvard, not some guy named Chad with a wellness blog, ran one of the largest randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled trials in supplement history. That means neither the researchers nor the patients knew who got the real stuff, which is how science avoids drunk texting bias into the results. 25,871 people, 5 years, vitamin D versus placebo, omega-3s versus placebo, 4 groups, full matrix, no woo-woo. Everyone got daily capsules. Some got 2,000 IU of vitamin D, some got omega-3s, some got both, some got nada, aka the group chat no one wanted to be in. And what happened? People on vitamin D had 22% fewer autoimmune diseases. That's not a fluke. That's a statistically significant, peer-reviewed, publish it in the British Medical Journal level of, nope, you can't ignore this. But wait, it gets better. In the final stretch of the study, people on vitamin D didn't just do better. They crushed it. 39% fewer autoimmune cases. And when you combined it with omega-3s, boom, 31% drop. Man, clearly vitamin D was doing the heavy lifting. Both tag team like Wolverine and Deadpool on a mission to kill inflammation. Real talk, when's the last time your doctor told you vitamin D could prevent lupus, MS, or Crohn's? Yeah, same. So if you're already seeing the disconnect between science and your last checkup, drop a what the f in the comments, or just scream into a pillow and hit the like button. Because we're about to unpack how vitamin D actually does this, how it flips immune switches, regulates your T cells, and might just be your body's personal IT department. This is where biology starts throwing punches. Alright, so how the hell does a sunshine vitamin manage to slap autoimmune diseases across the face like a biochemical bodyguard? Here's the part your immune system won't admit at parties. It's kind of stupid. It gets confused. It overreacts. Sometimes it attacks you, the host, like a paranoid roommate convinced your pancreas is plotting something. Vitamin D steps in like a molecular mediator. It boosts T regulatory cells, the peacekeepers of your immune army. Think of them as the Gandalf of our immune system, standing at the cellular gates yelling, "You shall not pass," to the inflammation trolls. It lowers Th17 inflammatory cells, Basically, the biological arsonists that throw tantrums in diseases like MS, lupus, and Crohn's. It tells overreacting B cells to shut up and sit down. It modulates genetic expression, like flipping switches that say, hey, maybe don't attack the thyroid today. Vitamin D isn't just watching your immune system work, it's writing the damn rules. And that's what makes this so dangerous to the status quo. Because if a cheap, over-the-counter vitamin can do this much, there's a whole lot of dollars in biologics and immune suppressants suddenly sweating. Oh, and for the record, yes, low vitamin D can cause immune dysfunction, but being sick can also make your body burn through it faster. It's not a chicken or egg situation. It's a chicken with a flamethrower looping back on itself kind of situation. And if that mental image just fried your frontal lobe a little, go ahead and like this video so the algorithm knows you're into immune systems that don't attack their owners. This is where things get personal, because next you're gonna find out why vitamin D doesn't work the same for everyone and how your waistline might be the problem. See, for some people, vitamin D waltzes in and upgrades the immune system like a software patch. For others, it shows up, knocks politely, and gets ghosted by fat cells and chronic inflammation. This isn't a theory, it's data. In that same massive Harvard trial, people with a BMI of 18 saw a 53% drop in autoimmune disease. BMI 25? Still a solid 31% reduction. But by the time you hit a BMI of 30, that benefit drops to just 10%. And statistically, it's not even significant anymore. Translation? The heavier your metabolic baggage, the less vitamin D can pull its superhero moves. It's like giving a Ferrari to someone who's still stuck in a swamp. It doesn't matter how powerful the engine is if the wheels can't spin. And no, this isn't about fat shaming. It's about inflammation. Vitamin D is lipophilic, which means it dissolves in fat. So if your fat cells are hoarding it, like paranoid squirrels prepping for nuclear winter, less is available where it matters, your immune system. Add in insulin resistance, chronic stress, and vitamin D receptor, VDR mutations, and suddenly, that standard dose of 2000 IU might as well be a suggestion written in crayon. This is exactly why some protocols go way beyond the RDA, because your biology isn't a one-size-fits-all supplement aisle, but as a calculated immune system intervention backed by blood work and biochemical strategy, which, spoiler alert, we're getting into soon. But before we go full protocol mode, you need to understand something much bigger. Vitamin D deficiency isn't a fluke. It's not a niche problem. It's a global epidemic hiding in plain sight, and it's probably hitting you harder than you think. And here's the kicker. Even if you are getting enough vitamin D through sun, supplements, or sheer force of will, your body still might be fumbling the pass. Why? Because behind every great vitamin is a forgotten co-star doing the real heavy lifting. You've probably never thanked it. Your doctor might not even mention it, but without it, vitamin D is just potential. Let's fix that. So here's the awkward truth. You probably weren't born vitamin D deficient. But between Netflix, sunscreen, and working under fluorescent lights that scream corporate sadness, you didn't stand a chance. We now spend over 90% of our lives indoors, and that tiny sliver of time we do spend outside, usually clothed, shaded, or hiding under SPF 50 like we're allergic to the sun itself. Add in some geographic spice, like living far from the equator or somewhere with the UV index of a crypt, and boom, your skin's vitamin D production goes from nature's pharmacy to 404, sunlight not found. Still think this is just a you problem? Think again. Up to 97% of people in the Middle East are vitamin D deficient. In the US and Europe, 42 to 80% fall below optimal levels. And yes, even people who supplement can still be deficient because absorption, genetics, and lifestyle all play dirty. Here's the part nobody talks about. Vitamin D isn't just about bones. Deficiency is linked to autoimmunity, neurodegeneration, depression, cancer, and more. Low D levels don't just make you tired, they make you vulnerable. So if you're part of the 90% indoor club, drop a sunglasses emoji in the comments. Let's see how many of us are sun-deprived soldiers just trying to function in fluorescent jungles. And if this already feels like a wake-up call, we're not done. Because vitamin D doesn't work solo. It's got a crew, a co-star, a mineral wingman that makes or breaks the entire system. It's high time to meet the real MVP behind the scenes. See, vitamin D is like a celebrity scientist. Big ideas, huge potential, occasionally wears sunglasses indoors. But left alone, it just kind of hangs out. That's where magnesium comes in, the overworked assistant who actually runs the lab while vitamin D signs autographs. Without magnesium, your body can't properly activate vitamin D. It's the spark plug, the switch flipper, the behind-the-scenes miracle that turns potential into power. And here's the twist. Most people are deficient in magnesium too. Because modern life, stress, junk food, caffeine, poor sleep, emotional damage from reading internet comment sections, it all drains magnesium, like your metabolism is secretly on hard mode. So picture this. You finally start supplementing vitamin D. You're pumped, you're hopeful, you're stretching in sunlight like a caffeinated yoga influencer, and nothing. No boost, no change, just more expensive pee. Why? Because vitamin D without magnesium is like a Formula 1 car without gas. You've got all the horsepower and no ignition. Magnesium activates vitamin D, regulates over 300 enzyme systems, and helps direct calcium traffic, keeping it out of your arteries and in your bones where it belongs. It's not optional, it's essential. And still, most people, and let's be honest, most doctors, treat it like an afterthought. So next time someone tells you to just take vitamin D, ask them if they've ever heard of magnesium. Then enjoy the blank stare. And if you're wondering what kind of magnesium to take, how much, and why your supplement label probably left out the most important part, that's what we're unpacking next. Because in the next episode, we're giving magnesium the spotlight it deserves and showing you how to build the dream team that actually upgrades your immune system for real. If you've ever taken vitamin D and felt underwhelmed, drop a fireball in the comments. And if you don't want to miss the next episode, where we expose the magnesium mistake 90% of supplement routines make, hit subscribe and ring that bell like your immune system depends on it, because it kinda does. So let's rewind this immune system plot twist real quick. Vitamin D isn't just for bones. It's an immune codebreaker with a God complex. In a 25,000-person trial, it straight up dropped autoimmune disease by 39%. But your results depend on whether your body is actually listening or hoarding D like it's prepping for apocalypse season. And without magnesium, vitamin D is basically shouting into a void wearing a lab coat. So if you're still taking your supplements without understanding the squad mechanics, congratulations, you've been playing biochemical solitaire. But don't worry, we're fixing that. You're not just learning facts here, you're reclaiming control over your immune system. That's the real flex. In the next episode, we're throwing magnesium under the microscope and revealing why this overlooked mineral is the reason your immune reboot hasn't rebooted jack. And if you're just joining us, oh buddy, you missed a banger. Go back and watch video 5, the vitamin D protocol Big Pharma doesn't want you to know. It's the one that started this vitamin redemption arc and broke the internet's trust in multivitamins forever. Drop a D-loaded in the comments if your brain just got leveled up. Subscribe like you're taking your immune system off autopilot. Like this video so we can keep destroying bad health advice with scientific sass. And don't miss what's next, because if vitamin D is the hero, magnesium is the fixer who makes the plan work. See you in the next one.